Hello everyone, and welcome to another royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. A beautiful Thursday afternoon where I am. I don't think it's such a beautiful day wherever Meghan Markle is, and the reason I say that is because an article has come out in the Closer magazine that is quite disturbing. It really is quite disturbing to read, and people who have been commenting on it on the usual platforms, the chat platforms, are expressing concerns about her state of mind. And of course, I have to remind you that I am not a mental health expert at all. I am just a tarot reader expressing an opinion. I have, however, in the past, quite recent past, done readings on her and seen that she might be heading for some kind of collapse, breakdown, something like that, that there are concerns or there are reasons for concern. But this article really in Closer magazine is very disturbing, and she's gone back to her glory, her moment of glory at the Variety event a few weeks ago in Hollywood, when she finally made it to the red carpet and of course had to be shooed off the red carpet. She was so busy preening and posing. And she wasn't actually on the guest list. She was her agent's +1, but there she was with her bodyguard and finally hit the big time. And this article is reminding us of that moment, and the headline is Meghan Taunts Royals with New Hollywood Role. And it really makes for disturbing reading, and so I am going to read some of it to you. Everyone was coming over to kiss up to her. It really hit home and made her swell with pride that she was the main event and center of attention, recognized not just for her celebrity or connections to Harry, but as a pioneer and leader amongst the most impressive of peers. It goes on to diss the Clooneys and Obamas. We won't worry about that paragraph, but it says, finishes with, make no mistake, Meghan's ego and self-belief is now higher than it's ever been. She's going to enjoy this 2024 rollout and longs for the day William, Kate and others are crawling on their hands and knees asking her for favors. It goes on to tell us that she's now planning to be a director, and she's looking forward to directing movies. She's got this pile of offers on her plate, and she says in her mind she's a genius. The sky is the limit for her. And so we might beg to differ about how she was received at that event and what's really on her plate. And last seen pep walking in a car park, now called Car Parkle, by great wits on the internet, online. So let's have a look. I have the Shadowland Tarot on the tarot table. It's literally reads the shadow energy that people project out: jealousy, resentment, viciousness, bile, cruelty, fear, whatever else. It's not pleasant, but it's useful when we deal with those kinds of energies here in these royal readings. I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'm going to look at her state of mind, and of course it's very much connected to her brand and to the projects that she has on her plate, if any. Rumour again that William Morris Endeavour is going to give her the heave-ho at the end of the year. I have read on that recently, so I'm not going to bother to read on it again just yet. But I think this is interesting. I think that article was really quite disturbing. It was really vindictive. It really was trying to raise her up while diminishing the royals, but not only the royals, she also had harsh things to say for the Clooneys and the Obamas. Obviously it has hurt very much that they have dumped her, and she does not sound, or whoever wrote this, reflecting her mood, she doesn't sound well. Let's just put it like that. Let's remind you, I think the tarot deck has now collapsed. Let's remind you, as I lay the cards out, that this is just tarot for fun and entertainment. It is all my opinion. It's all speculation. I just read energy. I'm reading the energy today of Meghan Markle. And of course, disclaimer in the box below. Let's see what these vulgar little yellow cards have to tell us about Megan's state of mind, how she's really doing, what her expectations were for for Endgame, which has turned more into the Sussex's Endgame and Omid Scobie's Endgame than the end of the Royals, interestingly. We look at that next. Right now, how's she doing? And we have Knight of Swords in reverse as our underlying energy. Harsh words, fighting battles, almost imaginary battles, slaying imaginary dragons when the Knight of Swords is in reverse, but it's very harsh energy. It's one of the most cruelest cards for me in the tarot, the Knight of Swords, and that is because it doesn't have empathy, it doesn't have emotion, it lashes out. And so there's lashing out going on here with the Knight of Swords in reverse. And we've seen it, lashing out at the Royals, lashing out at the Clooneys, the Obamas, and really not caring who she wounds while she's lashing out. It's that kind of energy. It's dangerous. It's a dangerous card. The energy that comes off the card is dangerous, put it that way. For me as a tarot reader, and that's why I say it's a cruel card for me and one of my least favorite cards in the tarot deck, because it's somebody that is potentially out of control and potentially damaging. As she goes down, she's going to lash out the people around her, and we hope that the family is safe. We hope that those children are safe. We hope that anyone else, staff, people like that around her are safe, because this is a very dangerous energy, and I'm reading energy as a tarot reader, and that is my opinion of that card. Dangerous situation that she's in right now, her state of mind, and we have the High Priestess in reverse. That is somebody who's out of touch with their intuition, who's not tapped into the divine, who's not following inspiration and intuition, who's acting recklessly. Again, same kind of energy. Somebody who hasn't been able to manifest what they want, somebody whose lotions and potions haven't quite worked out. She is a great believer in the power of magical thinking, apparently, and the High Priestess in reverse says that it hasn't manifested whatever she's been trying to accomplish through whatever means she uses. And of course, we all have our own way of communicating with the divine, and our own belief systems, and our own rituals and things that we go through. Some people don't at all, but even that is some kind of a communication with the divine. It hasn't worked out. And we have also the notion with a High Priestess in reverse that we have secrets, things that would rather be hidden, be kept quiet, that might be coming out. Lady C has been, what's the wording? Intimating that some secrets might be coming out. She might reveal them herself in a book that she seems to be writing. We're going to look at that in due course, but this is concerns about not being able to manifest, and concerns also about secrets that might be revealed that she might not want to be revealed. And of course, the names leaking didn't go as she hoped. The stories about packages being picked up at bungalows also, I don't think, was meant to come out. So there's worry here. What's the crossing? What's the challenge? What's the big problem right now? Star in reverse. She's in free fall. She's going down. Nobody cares. There have been lots of celebrity events recently, fashion events, fundraisers, things like that, all over the place. Every time I open the Daily Mail or whatever else I'm opening, I am embarrassed to say it is mostly the Daily Mail to catch up on these royal stories. I see stars out in beautiful gowns, celebrating something all together, and no Meghan, not invited, and it must really burn. Star in reverse, loss of hope, despair even. I'm talking about someone's mental state. I'm reading that card literally as celebrity that's in free fall, but of course the star card really means hope and healing when it's upright. So the opposite in reverse, depression, illness, in reverse, and that's a worry. Whatever you might think of her as a human being, if she is having mental health problems, well, dangerous even to herself. She has indicated that she is a danger to herself when she is depressed. She herself has claimed that. Allegedly, that is what happened. So I'm treading very carefully with this reading. What's going on behind the scenes? What's the cause of this collapse that's going on here, and this worry and this rage? And the Knight of Swords, what's going on here? Nine of Swords in reverse. This is tremendous anxiety, extra anxiety, the card being in the reverse, Nine of Swords. She's very, very worried about how things are playing out. She did not expect this. I think that she thought Omid's book was going to come out, was going to be a stroke of genius. The royals would be over. It would be the death knell for them. Might as well have called it death knell. And that was it. And she and Harry would be invited back to Britain to be installed on the thrones, while the rest of them were ousted by popular revolt. But it hasn't quite worked out that way, has it? Nine of Swords in reverse. She's extremely worried about money, I would think, worried about her standing in the celebrity world. It does seem to be all she cares about. This article that I've just read to you from, parts of to you from Closer magazine, really indicate that the only thing that is of any significance to her is her role as a celebrity, her status as a celebrity, and she doesn't have any status as a celebrity. So what's her mind on right now? Her goal, what does she want to achieve? The World in reverse. This is failure. There she is. I very deliberately picked this tarot, the Shadowland Tarot, for the red shoes, which I was hoping would show up, and they have. So thank you, universe, for that. The World card in the reverse. This is very public humiliation and public failure. If the Parkles run out of money, if they have to sell Mudslide Mansion and go and live under a bridge, or beg the royals for a cottage on an estate somewhere far away from London, then it's going to be really humiliating. And that World card in reverse for me is humiliation. That pap walk in the car park with the giant shoes and the skinny legs, which that World card is indicating. And yes, I'm being unkind about her appearance, but she is awfully thin. She does have rather unfortunate feet, and one of the things one learns as one gets older is how to dress to suit one's body shape, and she really doesn't know how to. Lots of people comment on that on YouTube, not my area of expertise at all, but yeah, there it is. Awkward, clumsy, unfortunate, failing very publicly with the World card in reverse. How about her past expectations? What was she hoping for? Knight of Wands. That's Scooby's book. I don't know what sign he is, but it's a kind of a junior energy, the Knight of Wands, hoping that would burn the place down. It would set the world alight. Knight of Wands, it's very dynamic energy, very exciting energy, enterprising, and kind of a rabble-rousing energy almost with that Knight of Wands. I think she thought that book, it's interesting that there's a little briefcase there with that Knight of Wands, that again, those papers, those documents that allegedly were left at the front desk of whatever hotel it was in California. But she thought that this would really stir things up. It would impassion people, and people would get behind it and rally around the book and rally around her and Harry, and the injustice that they experienced at the hands of Catherine and the King, the awful abuse and cruelty that they allegedly experienced at the hands of those two royals. That's what she was expecting. She was expecting fire and drama and excitement and enthusiasm and a cause célèbre. And instead, we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Star in reverse and the Nine of Swords and the World in reverse, and having to go and walk in that car park to get attention, and then release this article in Closer magazine to remind us that she's better than anyone else in the whole world. She's a genius. What's coming next for her in terms of her mental health, her stability, and her brand, and her endeavors, and her success? What's coming next? Page of Cups in reverse. We've got a rejection. The Page of Cups is being rejected, is, first of all, it's an apology when it's upright. There's no apology there. So she's not going to apologize to anybody that might be sitting waiting for an apology from her, like Catherine, the king. She's not going to do that. And as a result, anything that she tries, like wearing that bracelet, to send a message to the king that she really, she still cares, she still notices him, allegedly, the subtle message that she sent, which to me seemed more hostile than subtle when I read on it. But whatever signaling goes out is going to be rejected with the Page of Cups in reverse. So whether the signaling, the messaging is going out to her agents, whether it's going out to the royal family, whether it's going out to the public, it's going to be received in a very cold way. It's not going to have the desired effect. She doesn't seem to understand human emotions. She doesn't seem to understand, this is my opinion of her that I'm expressing, my inexpert opinion. She doesn't seem to understand things like loyalty, and that people really support the underdog, and that people, when they see cruelty and what looks like bullying, then they tend to support the underdog. They tend to support the victim rather than the perpetrator, shall we just say. Not accusing of bullying in this particular instance, but the way those names were leaked was very, very toxic and very unkind. So, and no apology and no ownership of what happened, of course. How does she view herself right now? We've heard from Closer magazine about her brilliance, and that she is better than everyone else, and everyone else is finally realizing how superior she is to everyone else. How does she see herself? Wow. We have the Devil in reverse. SOS there in the background. Help, send money, send aid. I think she really does believe her own narrative, that she has escaped the clutches of the devil. It's funny because I, as a reader, when I see the Devil card, I very often say, well, there she is, the one in Montecito, because she is obsessed. She does tend to wear clothes that have been worn by Catherine, Princess Diana, Wallis Simpson. She does do some quite strange and obsessive things, and she is toxic, in my opinion. She seems to suffer from certain addictions, also in my opinion, and from what Lady C has said, that is all devilish behavior. She is dishonest also. We've seen her have to apologize to the court for perjury. So she represents the devil energy, but for herself, she sees herself as having got out of a very toxic situation by leaving the royal family. So she sees herself as the victim of this devil energy. The devil would be the king, and Catherine in particular. Catherine, of course, the supreme evil in Meghan's mind, as I'm interpreting the energy. Of course, Catherine didn't give her a lift to go shopping, wouldn't go arm in arm with her to Wimbledon, wouldn't share her lipstick. All those terrible grudges that Meghan holds, Catherine's cruel and unreasonable behavior. The devil is Capricorn energy. That's Catherine. So she sees herself as the antithesis of this devil energy, of the Catherine energy. She really, in her mind, sees Catherine as the most awful person. Hideous looking, cold, lazy, lacking in talent. And she, on the other hand, and I'm just reading her energy. This is not my own personal opinion of Catherine. I'm reading Meghan's energy here. She, Meghan, is the one who is the true princess, the true royal, the one who is the most beautiful, the most gifted, the most princessy of them all. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Very interesting energy coming through in this card here. What pressure is Megan under other than the Nine of Swords in reverse and the Star in reverse and the World in reverse and the High Priestess in reverse and the Page of Cups in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse, King of Swords? The pressure she's under is from people who have more power and control than she does, more insight, more intelligence, better strategy than she has. I would say that this card is really referencing advisors to the royal family, experts, dispassionate experts, maybe in the area of mental health, experts on personality disorders, possibly also intelligence experts. She is very threatened by the fact that they're getting really good advice from people. The grey rocking, for instance, just not reacting, not responding. They are taking their own sweet time about responding to this nasty book, this Knight of Wands energy. They've indicated that they are going to consider all their options, including legal options. So they haven't done nothing, but they're taking their own sweet time, and it must be driving her crazy that they are doing this, because she wants them to be a Knight of Swords energy. She wants them to be lashing out like she is. Then she is on a level that she understands. She knows how to play that game, that vicious tit for tat kind of a game. She doesn't know how to play this game that the King of Swords is advising the royals to play. This long game, the strategic game. And as I say, it's an unemotional game. It's cold. Her hopes and fears right now. Two of Wands in reverse. This is plans unraveling. This was the plan. The Scooby-Doo book, as I say, was the death knell. She was intentional, hoping that it would snuff the royals out, candles there being snuffed out. But instead, her own candle has been snuffed out, and Scooby-Doo, his candle has been snuffed out. That little partnership is unraveling. Possibly her partnership with Harry is unraveling as well, slowly. But plans and schemes have not succeeded, and that is her worry. What's left? And also brands, deals, partnerships, things like that. Nothing. For all this boasting. In this article that I read, she's going to be a famous director now and show everybody. I don't think Meet Me at the Lake is going to be a thing that's going to win Oscars. And Meghan Markle is going to be the next, top-notch female director. Don't think so somehow. So she's very worried that she's got nothing in the pipeline, nothing coming up. This was it. Endgame was it. It was meant to be the end of the royals. My opinion, of course. Outcome for her of this current energy, which is not good energy at all from the cards here on the table. What's the outcome for her? What is going to happen to her? We've got the Three of Pentacles. She's going to get something. She's going to come up with something. It's a small something, the Three of Pentacles. There is going to be a very small collaboration. Whether it's Tyler Perry, we know he's got a huge Netflix deal. He might throw her something. There is something, a small face saving something that's coming along. Kardashians, a small merching opportunity or something like that. So she's going to have something that's going to shore her up for a while. With that Three of Pentacles, she has got something on the table. It's not going to be move over Clooney's, move over Obama's, move over everyone else. But it is going to save face for a little while, but only a little while with that card. Because this whole house here is on the brink of collapse. It's teetering. It's teetering very, very badly, and I don't think Three of Pentacles is going to be enough for this enormous ego, this ego that needs an enormous amount of fuel to keep going, and that has suffered nothing but humiliation after humiliation in the past 12 months or so. So there it is. She is reeling at the moment, but it does look as if there is going to be a little pick-me-up coming her way. We have heard that something is going to be announced at the beginning of 2024, and the William Morris Endeavour Agency is hanging around until then to see how that goes. So I think that this is what this reading is telling us, but she's definitely in trouble. Star in reverse, World in reverse, and very interesting energy here with the Devil in reverse about, for me as a reader, about how she views Catherine. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.